Hello, how you doing? It's me, Zacarias, and we'll do an update about the Josue Flores murder and controversy. And all I'm going to talk about the person who's in interest, who is charged for killing Josue Flores, and I do agree that he did do it. I better not be called a coon for this. Okay? The dude has PTSD, and I'm going to have both people on both communities gonna knock me down because I don't believe that he should get the death penalty. I do believe he should get life in prison, just like I know Dylan Wolf, the one who shot the people in that church. Same thing, life in prison. Timothy McVeigh should have got life in prison. You know, the cop, the Hispanic man that was from Mexico that shot that brother who's a police officer who didn't get death penalty back in 2008 or 7. I'm glad he did not get death penalty. Let me explain the reason why my position about this. I ain't the perfect one. I have talked about if someone had killed my child, I would not intend to kill them too. And the same thing, yes, if I saw Andre Jackson, excuse me, I'm getting these names confused. Okay. On the country killing anybody's child, including Josue Flores, I would got Josue Flores. I would got my pistol and shot the brother. Okay, I ain't got nothing to do with no color. Okay, that's individual. Remember, I go by individuality. I don't go by collectivism. Okay, if a Hispanic guy was trying to kill Josue Flores, I would have came in and shot him. So, at the heat of the moment, to save a life, I will be the protector, okay? Just like in Dionisio Garza III, who had PTSD. And did he get shot or something? I'm not sure. I'm still reading about his situation in Memorial Weekend here in Houston, okay? And I will say that PTSD is no excuse. But PTSD was the excuse of both of these tragedies of Josue Flores and Garza shooting people on the Memorial Weekend. Okay, let me explain why, and I will go through that detail. But let me get to the point. All right, so I don't believe in death penalty on a systematic situation. Let me explain why. I ain't the perfect one in the world. I ain't the perfect Catholic Christian in the world, but in my faith, we don't believe in those who not belong to the church. That Josue Flores funerals we're not supposed to believe in abortion, death penalty. So again, a little bit of color. If Garza did not get shot, I think the white man that shot the one like he wrote those, but still. If they was to put Garza in, death penalty, I still wouldn't go with Jackson, okay? Same thing, Darren Wolf, who killed the people, the African American people at the church. Yes, I know he's a racist and everything, but no, even the people that drug what's his name, in Jasper, Texas. Y'all know what I'm talking about. Back in '98 when I was graduating high school. After I graduated high school, James Byrd, okay? Them three white people. No, I don't believe I was with Martin King's kids. His children, against them getting death penalty. I prefer them to be life in prison. Selena's killer, about same thing. At first, I was for her dying, but after I was trying to transition to, in the spiritual sense, back in, I think she died when I get my confirmation. Talking about Selena. Okay, that's why I ain't the perfect one in the world. I got some sins like I did with between me and God, but right there, I don't believe in abortion or systematic death penalty. Yes, I have those feelings who want to kill somebody who do something to somebody, or they should get. But on the spiritual level, even if Garza didn't get shot or whatever, and Jackson who got caught in this murder, I don't believe in death penalty. Yes, I was on Gary Grant's side. Okay, same thing. Okay, I believe in life in prison. Even in Mexico, they don't practice death penalty because it is a Catholic religious country. Even though not everyone's Catholic in Mexico. Well, that's the reason why, okay? So, even, like I say, so don't bring about race, because the Hispanic guy that they shot the brother who's a HPD officer thing, or constable, whatever, they did not get him death penalty, and even if my dad was to hear me say that, and me and him stay in the same house, and I kept my mouth shut, no, I was happy that he not get out. I was hoping to get life in prison, because you shoot a cop, you go to death penalty, but no. Texas, I don't believe eye for eye, tooth for tooth, and I'm going to do this the Bible. Can y'all go to Matthew's chapter where Jesus talked about a reverse of that? You know what I'm saying? Thank you, okay? About anger and all that other stuff. That's why, okay? Ain't perfect, but that's what the Lord said Jesus Christ for. You know what I'm saying? Even Carla Faye Tucker, when she killed a lot of people as a prostitute, and I was hoping that George W. Bush should not kill her. And I was graduating high school, when I'm on a fat path to right for her died. I put my hand on the Bible. I was praying for her not to get killed, especially when she changed her life around, okay? I do believe in the PTSD played in both tragedy of and Andre Jackson and Dionisio Garza III. They're both Marines. I am a descendant of a Korean War veteran. And my grandfather, Miguelito, okay, shall I say, he's deceased. Died in 2008, okay? He had an ugly attitude. I'm bipolar because of not only his wife, my grandmother, my dad, and my mother who was raised, but she tried to want to be abusive and stuff, and my aunt who played along with it, and other families who not doing nothing about it, and also went to school and got bullied on, and the teachers who bullied me too, okay? That's why, okay? And I don't even drive. And, you know, I had a license before, but I had to get renewed and had to go to a regular license that's not a driver's license because I have my disorder. I haven't taken driver's ed since 95, yes, and I'm almost 40 years old, and it sucks riding the stupid bus. Because my grandfather used to make fun of me, talk down to me, make fun of me about me driving, and I'll be wanting to commit suicide because, that's exactly, because other people who my age was learning how to drive, and I did pass driver's ed and everything, but still, due to him talking down to me, making fun of me, and that's why I didn't respect him. I didn't care about him being an elderly person. It's a human being doing harm to me. Okay? And no one ain't stopping him and stopping him from sinning against me. Why y'all trying to stop? You know what I'm saying? That's how I'm looking at it. I hate double standards and favoritism. So, that's the reason why I'm saying this. And not only that, when I was in job court in David Corazon Job Court in El Paso, Texas, we had many veterans. Many of us were Latino, okay? Who were Marines, Navy, Army, and there were those I got heated problems with who worked there, okay? And I was a / worker / student because I was a switchboard operator, and I did not play. And I did threaten to snitch on them. One particular guy, he like a white guy, but Hispanic, he was my RA. And he was a Marine, was it? Yeah, he had an ugly attitude. He was my RA. And I knew coming from my grandfather, who was in the military, who was drafted in, you know, during the Korean War, that I don't know what it is in the military, but they do have some type of situation that causes them to have PTSD. That's why many veterans are homeless like this particular one, and that's why Garza, when he talking about Jackson, and that's why Garza, when he came back home before all this shooting, that it is a psychological problem. I don't know what it is, and I used to work with veterans. I'll get to that later on. That's the reason why. So, okay. So, I dealt with his ugly attitude, and I even threatened to tell the center director, you know what I'm saying? And I even was being sneaky if it happened again, just tell the government, you know, who control the Job Corps, the U.S. Department of Labor, and let them know about the situation. Because if they heard any complaints about that, they would actually could shut that place down. So, and yeah. And in one particular, we had students who were drafted to the military. For ballistics right there in El Paso, you know, it's Chucatown, El Paso, Texas. One particular darker Latino guy, a little bit like a light camera, you know what I'm saying, almost a little bit, not exactly like my complexion, okay? And you know what I'm saying, so he didn't speak Spanish, so I used to, you know, just play around with, because I speak Spanish, he didn't, okay? He was married and had kids. We used to joke about, you know, going to Foxy's. I didn't go to Foxy's, the strip club right there, you know. Not y'all, bro. It's on Hunter. You run those on I-10 El Paso, Texas. So I did not know, because we was in business technology class together, okay? 2004. And I was in that two years, and then the next year, 2006, I was in the college program. So was it during the college program or 2005, around the time when he left, okay? And I'm on the phone, so I'm a switchboard operator, and this dude calls. And I was mad because sometimes the people, when I tried to tell them something, they would not play around but not get it. You know, y'all, anybody work the switchboard, y'all know exactly what I'm talking about. Okay, I used to work telemarketing before I went to job course. I know. So I was trying not to have an attitude. So I was stressed out. It's hot. Remember, I had eczema. Okay, I have eczema. Okay, and I didn't have my eczema medication until 2006. Okay, so I'm hot, and when I get hot, I do get ugly. Okay, I don't like to be hot. Okay, even as the part spot, when you see on my videos, you see my shirt off because my air conditioner is not hooked. I don't know how. I remember I raised up in Central Air. Okay, I was not raised up in the ghetto. Okay, I'm middle class. Okay, growing up middle class. Now I'm not like now. Okay, I'm trying to hopefully in the future become upper middle class so I can get out of this situation. So my homie, who's Latino, the darker Latino guy, he calls again, and I never see him have ugly attitude. And I heard pow, pow, pow. He was in the war during 2000. It had been 2005. Yeah, he was in the war or 2006 before I had the medication. He said, "Man, hey." He mentioned my name here, Zach. If you ever talk to me like that again, I bet you ever talk to me ever again. I said, "Who is this?" And he told me his name. I said, "Man, what the heck? Why you talking to me? How we cook?" So I was gonna snitch, even though he was no longer a student. He still had connections with the council that we both had in business technology, and I told her. And she told me, she said, "You got to understand where he at." And I did hear pow, pow, explosions in the back. I'm not lying. And even though, anybody know me, I hate to deal with people who mistreat me. Even though it's in my family, I don't care what your color is. Don't come bring that mess. I don't care if you believe in it. I don't believe in it. Okay? I believe you respect me, I respect you. So, that's how I know. So all these years, and when I worked at a veteran place, and y'all remember, if anybody watched me on YouTube, I talk about that diva bitch. I'm sorry to cuss like this. Okay, so we talking about treasure here. Okay, remember I told the one from Boston, the white woman. Remember I told the dark skinned brother from New Orleans. Yes, I'll go ahead. We're gonna mention where it is, so you can actually be real, because I want my dollars coming. I used to be a janitor, and I probably have seen this Jackson guy, maybe Garza, you know what I'm saying, because I met a lot of veterans. The Goodwill Veteran Job Connection place on San Jacinto and Elgin. If anybody watched me, yeah, that was me. I didn't have trenzas, I didn't have braids then, okay? I was the janitor. I worked with Goodwill Temporary Service since 2007. I worked at, my first job was child support technician with Greg Albrock. I worked CPS as a records clerk. I worked at the Department of Transportation on Mesa. I worked on airline as in a warehouse department when I got sexual harassed by this brother who was calling me gay and everything, and making sexual, not touching me, but talking nasty and asking sexual questions on the job in 2007. Then I went back to the Goodwill Temporary Service and worked at the welfare office on the Texas Health Human Services on Telephone Road on the southeast side. Yes, that was me speaking Spanish. That was me, okay? But actually I worked there in the back. We was doing purging documents after Hurricane Ike. I also worked at the Texas Court of Appeals. They used to be it's right there by the family court now, I think. But it was right there by South College Law, right there on San Jacinto. By the pavilion, okay? The shopping pavilion, what you call it, right there by Galahada restaurant, Mexican restaurant. We had our dinner at. I never think we had a lunch in there. 2009. Then I went back to Telephone Road, Texas Health Human Services. Yes, that was me speaking Spanish and English. Okay. I've been bilingual since '95. Moderate bilingual, should I say? I've been 21 years in September. Then I went back to them because I was trying to look for jobs, and y'all know me, I don't like to work no slave wage job, and if it's gonna be $7.25, baby, the job description I'm looking for would be office clerk, because I graduated from Job Corps with business technology. Okay. After that, I worked, because it was a long time looking for a job. I was calling and putting applications back to back. I was getting unemployment. 2010, I worked at the welfare office on East Little York. Then I worked at the Polk Street, by Lawndale, at the Elias Ramirez building at the Texas Insurance Department. Then I worked at 2010, so 2012. I worked at in 2013, I worked again, because it's a temporary service. The Goodwill you buy from the store, they have a temporary service. I told you that was them, okay? I worked the last position where I got fired, which I didn't care because I got another job, okay? Where I told the brother off and the white woman, and he was shit, and I would not be shot that brother that had a PTSD too, okay? Was at the veterans place, the Goodwill veterans place on San Jacinto and Elgin. I was a janitor in November 2012, and in 2013, in April, that's when was my last day, which I didn't care because I had got an interview with another company, another government agency where I worked as an intern. So I got hired like the next week. Okay, so anyway, when I worked there, the lady, I don't know if she was in the military, but she used to be a model in Boston. So, and I used to be a model with Lord Production, if you know my, in El Paso, Texas. So I dealt with divas and divos, okay? And I'm a divo. That's why on Twitter, Zacarias El Divo, and Instagram, Zacarias El Divo, okay? So, I was trying to be nice as I can because I was struggling, you know, trying to keep paying rent, whatever. I worked there, and I was a good worker, as if they would not deny that I cleaned them bathrooms, I kept the place clean. And sometimes they would tell me, the brother would tell me to slow down. When I did slow down, they tried to move on fast, and I talk about it, whatever. I'm like, well, I'm trying to go faster so I wouldn't have to deal with you. But before, the white woman was rude to me. And anybody knows when you rude to me the first time, I'm watch you because I don't like to be around. I don't care what your color is. And then one time, the old Sakata and your mama, old lady who was training me at the corporate office, she was rude to me, and I was trying to hold my tongue. And even the Hispanic guy who had no arm, who's from Salvador, was trying to calm me down because I was talking to him in Spanish because she didn't know no Spanish. So you know, I was trying to. I said a lot of things I couldn't say. And 19, maybe the other workers probably could translate, but she couldn't translate. Okay, I ain't tell it to her face, but I was saying lots of what I want, and I want to cuss her out. I did. So when I got to work at the veterans place, I got tired of old diva bitch. And I got tired of bald head brother because he was nice to me at first. They didn't tell me to sweep the leaves. So I'm saying he coming with an ugly attitude. And y'all know I hate that, okay? So I kept my tongue, and they were like, why you act like why you act like you scared somebody gonna fire you? Well, because anybody act ugly towards me, I don't have no trustworthy of you. I don't care what you're raised in. I don't believe your beliefs, and I'm not going to believe that, okay? It's not right, okay? It's a scandalization on your part when you're a leader, okay? So, I'm trying to hold my tongue. I'm scared, you know what I'm saying? But I was taking Celexa. No, yeah, so I was taking some other, yeah. One of those drugs, okay. Naltrexone. And it was before I became bipolar schizoaffective disorder then. And then I became bipolar that year. So, I got tired of yelling, and I got defensive. And then what happened was, I know the attitudes of the veterans. We are taught by the Scott and your mama that to keep the bathrooms open when you're cleaning so nobody will use them so they can, and know they're closed. Well, the brother took it upon himself, and, there was, even they didn't get along. The Scott and the old brute brother, okay? I called him yesterday, they called him brute. They didn't get along either. After they met each other, he had short-term memory. I'm like, I don't care if you work in restaurants for a long time, dude. If you're the manager, please memorize the people you're working with, people, you know what I'm saying? Because you never know something's gonna happen. I always try to memorize who I'm working with, because I don't know who I'm dealing with in case something happens. I know who their name, the description, everything else. I'm a very detailed person. So what happened was and I tell you this story, not go away from the murders, of the tragedy, or whether it be Josue Flores or what happened, Garza shooting, whatever. I'm letting you know it's what happened, okay? That's how I know the PTSD. I saw veterans who did have PTSD. And when we bumped heads, I was the one who was in trouble. Because I didn't play that. And one of the guys went to keep the bathrooms open. And even the people from corporate, because they got flooded in the corporate office on the west side. The Hispanic woman, she must be Spanish, because she raised in Chicago, but she from Mexico. But she even told one of the guys to wash their hands, okay? Because they weren't supposed to use the restroom, the bathrooms open, and that's when the brother changed his rules and made his own rules contrary to what the corporate office said, how they trained us, okay? And it was confusing, okay? I understand you're the manager, but the corporate office who paid you, who to have authority over you, wants it like this, and I'm like, if something goes on, I want my name wrapped up, you know what I mean? I will start snitching, okay? And I did. So this brother, oh Lord, he was a tyrant, and so was that bitch, okay? So, sorry, I just don't even like him to this day. So, I got tired of the ugly attitude, and one time I told the veterans, men, can y'all please wash your hands? And then, one time, because I saw other staff members use their phone in the hallway, I was going to use the phone because one of the women, because I have to wait till women come out. So while waiting for women to come out, I'm calling to see what time the bus comes, because I used to go to Media Tech. Y'all know I said, I still believe. I said, come on, flowing on. That, okay. So I was going there on the southwest side. So I was trying to be there before, at 11, 1 o'clock to be there to the orientation. Okay, so what happened was when I was trying to wait for this sister to come out, and I was trying to let her know, please, y'all let me know y'all going to the restroom, because I can't be in there with y'all. But I think I ain't trying to have none of these people yell at me. I'm trying to do it right. While waiting on her, the Metro people hung the phone in my face. I got very upset. So the brother saw me. He got all mad when I took out the phone and talked, because he got mad, whatever. Because I was listening to music. Well, they be listening to music in their own office. Saying nothing else. I'm cleaning, and, I'm not talking to nobody. And I dealt with businesses where you listen to music while you working, okay? So, yeah, I'm not professional. I was at Enron listening to music. Yes, I used to work at Enron, okay? I was when they filed Clerk Miracle, all that before the scandal came in, okay? So, yeah. So, tell me, that's more professional than Goodwill, okay? So, well, they gave the headphones, said the little small one. Yes, they did, okay? So, what happened was, after I did, back in 2001, okay? So, what happened was, when he yelled at me, I never liked him. When I was telling everybody bye, he didn't even want to give me. So, I told everybody else I was concerned about these two because they, being mean towards me. I mean, even one little mistake, they still yap on me, nag on me, and be narcissistic towards me. And anybody I know from family members, that's why I don't talk to some family members. I don't care if they're all relatives, whatever. You're not going to treat me like that. I don't want to be treated. I don't care if you was raised that way. Get that crap out of my life. It's your life, mine. I'm grown. I don't want to live that way. Because I told myself as a child, I'm not going to live my life like that. I don't care how they was raised. I refuse to follow that torch. I cut the cord right there and raised my kids away to no. I'm not selfish like that. So what happened was, when I told one of the veterans in a nice way, it was a dude, brother about my complexion with green eyes, I don't forget. And I said, dude, and I told him nice, I said, I want so that the man to come catch you because he mean and he would tell you, and I would be nice. And the brother snapped on me. And I got defensive, so he complained, and guess who got in trouble? Because the brother told the manager told me nobody can use the phone in the hallway because I was the example of the veterans. And I'm like, I ain't coming to be no example, but I go ahead and do it. But so when it happened, the white woman had ugly attitude towards me, and the brother, and he told me that's Goodwill's rules. Well, excuse me, can you lead by example? So y'all was snitching on a bunch of people who use their phone because you made example. Okay, well, preach, pastor, what you preach. Don't just nag on me because I know behind the story. You just want to nag on me for the fun of it because there's a bunch of case workers who working there who had their cell phones out in the hallway, veterans. So that's why I did not know. They didn't tell me the rules right then. You know what I'm saying? So the dude was mean, rude to me, yap at me, even if something happened. I did snitch on co-workers, but I let them know that person, I ain't do that. You know what I'm saying? Don't try to blame me for something. And I'm sorry, I don't have I don't want to be treated like that. I don't care how you was raised. But this dude was, and a lot of folks had left because of those two. Because it was mean. Yeah, there was case workers who left went to other jobs, who did not want to work there because of those two. And I was trying to get out of there too, right? And I even told her, I said, yeah, you don't have to worry about me. Y'all talking about that. You want to yell at me. And one thing about correcting somebody, there's two things, and I ain't perfect in the Bible, but I believe about correction. Proverbs 9, Proverbs 9, 7, 9 tells you not to correct nobody who won't be corrected. The wise person in your love before the arrogant or the scoffer. Then also St. Paul tells Timothy in 2 Timothy chapter 2, chapter 2, 24, 26 to correcting kindness. When I don't see that in you, don't try to tell me, to act like you holding down right there, okay? Because I know you full of crap. So, and love is not creature root of revenge, that's what he said in Corinthians, you know what I'm saying, in chapter 13 of New American. So that's why when St. Paul told the Corinthians that, I know when someone is acting ugly in religion, they ain't trying to do it for the sake of me helping me out. They doing it out of uglies. And I know when I had to mistreat people and then I like a person, it was out of gratification. And even psychology will tell you that, okay? So this man was rude, and there was veterans. In one particular situation, one particular veteran that I did, so I'm not to talk to the veteran, excuse me. And in one particular, I would actually, before they said that, I would help the veterans, because I was looking for jobs, they were looking for jobs. They act like my service better than the people who was supposed to give them jobs. And they're like, how do you know all these charitables, trying to get rent and all the Catholic charities and you know, and Christian community services, because I had to use those services to pay my rent. You know, St. Vincent Paul, so I gave him all the information. Like, dang, how do you know that? Well, I'm struggling too. So I'm not going to withhold information. So when I see someone struggling, someone did it to me, and I hate it. And I'm sorry, Matthew 25, you know what I'm saying, did this to me. Oh, thank you. Okay, ain't perfect, but I'm sorry. And I told that brother that. The brother got mad at me one time. They had a receipt of a magazine, and I called the person who had the number, and the dad, the white man who were living in Bel Air, came to the facility and gave me $20 for because his daughter was identity theft, and I gave the copy of the information, and I told the secretary let the manager know, and he got upset, told me it wasn't my place. I should have told the manager whatever. Instead of thanking me doing a good deed, he did, but you know what I'm saying, just to be arrogant. You know what I'm saying? Well, I know, but at the same time, I was hoping nobody didn't throw it away because they didn't know this person who was in the parking lot. I hope it wasn't him, you know, using this white woman's name. And yes, I did. I went on my phone, I contacted them because I didn't want to throw it in trash, and because I was, you know, picking trash in the parking lot of that facility. And the white man came all the way from Bel Air, Texas, to Midtown and gave me $20. That's why because he didn't get. I guess he get paid more than I do. I guess the brother was mad because I got $20. Well, I'm struggling. I'm trying to get out of my situation. You might live. He was trying to hire me permanently, but I'm like, brother. Like I said in my video about immigrants taking low-paid jobs and black folk when I pay black. Stop complaining about that. I don't want a low-wage job. I want high-wage jobs. I want to live high class. That's why I want the Job Corps to get a trade and then let them go to college so I can live high class. I don't like to live low class. I was not raised like that. I was raised middle class, and I want to keep it like that or keep it go up and then, okay? So I'm like, well, the blacks, the immigrants, Mexicans take jobs that blacks don't want. He's right. I'm sorry. We were subject to take those low-wage jobs and working as a janitor. God's a benefit. I want a high-wage job. I didn't drop out of high school. I don't have a criminal record. I mean to brag, but I don't have kids out of wedlock. Come on now, okay? You know what I'm saying? So, and I had 1 year of college, but I also tried to go cosmetology, and it wasn't good either. But yeah, 1 semester of that as well. But I was in college, in college. So, I came back here, and it was a curse. Come back here in 2007. Sure was with Bush recession days. So, and it was hard to get a job. I was working temporary. So we had issues when this white guy, that was young in his 20s. And that's how I found out about the PDS thing, because some vets did not like me, had ugly attitudes, and I do believe my supervisor had one too, okay? The manager, the on-site manager did too. And I would be shot there for the one who was no veteran, but she had an ugly attitude. Had some type of problem, bipolar like me. Okay, so what happened was I was turning bipolar after all these abusive employments, employers I dealt with, and the poverty I was going through, and I almost got evicted in 2012, and then one eviction case, thank the Lord Jesus, I did. That's the reason why I was, you know, didn't trust nobody. I didn't care what your title is, or care what you are. You're just the enemy to me when you act that way. So what happened was, when I was talking to this young dude, you know, let him know that, you know, what he was doing was wrong, because I've dealt with bad security officers, and my record clean. I ain't trying to break no laws. And he just became a security officer at a property mostly Latino. And I'm not going to stereotype either people African American or Latino minorities general, but he was a white guy with a crazy mindset. No offense, I got white DNA in me too, besides black Native American. And he was crazy. So he was bragging about some of the folks, you know, he didn't go racial with it, but he mentioned some of the folks that speak English there. And he was writing tickets on folks who had pollen on their cars. Now, what department? You know, business southwest side in the Southtown area, yeah. Because I was trying to get a job there. It was paying $11 an hour. He told me I had to, you know, couldn't wear braids. I had braids then until later on I left the place. And if I had relaxed my head when I got fired, I had that money and stuff. Yeah, okay. So, I got my hair braided and everything. And so what happened was, when I was talking to him, he was bragging about how he talked to. I said, well, some of the people don't speak English, man, and you're not even bilingual, and you can't get mad if they don't understand. And I said that they can get a lawyer to, you know, to sue you or to get you in trouble, to lose your job. And I was trying to let him know that I ain't trying to stereotype, but I used to hang around with cholos. And I'm not saying like every Latino, no, I'm not stereotyping. But if they see a white dude, and same thing as a brotherhood in the game, and they a rental cop, not no cop, a rental cop and they acting a fool towards him, he might have PDs that whatever, they don't care about that. They gonna shoot your ass. Cause they looking at you trying to oppress them. He's a white dude and he all that in our area trying to oppress us. So I was trying to warn this dude and I was trying to not use race. I'm trying to let him know, dude, I can't tell you from these women, because it was these women who's the caseworker, his caseworker, his yellow bone, light skinned sister. She wasn't too yellow, she was light skinned, curly hair. His other sister, this dark skinned sister worked there, and his old lady by my complaint a little light, okay, who worked in the front desk. And one thing I hate about some of my people do in our African American community, if a white person do something wrong, they never correct them, but they let correct their own, okay? And I ain't pure white, so they don't look white, okay? You know what I'm saying? One drop of Negro blood, okay? Here you go, okay? So they trying to correct me because the dude had said that he would kill his lawyer if they did, and I said, dude, he asked me, you ever kill somebody? I said, no, but I have thought about it because I've been, mistreated, abused, and, you know what I'm saying, antagonized, whatever. And he told me he did when he was in the war, and they got scared, but I wasn't scared because I was in a situation where I wanted to commit suicide, and I didn't want to commit suicide, and I was trying to go to church. So it had two sides of me. That's, I guess, I turned bipolar. Well, I was trying to be spiritual, and I had the other side of me, okay? So I wasn't scared, and I was like, well, if you, and you know what I'm saying, so I like, dude, I said, and they was scared, this dude. So when they was like, and it was always like, man, leave him alone, leave him alone. I wish people do that to me when they try to lecture me, because I don't feel like being lectured either, okay? Leave that to the other person, leave me alone too, okay? I'm sorry. So when he left, they told me that, Zach, the reason why I was telling you, some of these veterans have PTSD and this mental disorder, and if you piss them off, they can come in here and shoot all of us up. And I said, well, you know what, I'm going through so much right now, I don't mind dying. And I did, I don't mind dying. If I can't keep in soul, which is a sin, then you go to hell for it. If my soul in a state of grace, let me go. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready to get out of here. These people here, I don't trust, I don't care if they are authority. I don't like no evil authority, okay? So, I don't like to deal with people who want to mistreat. I'm getting mistreated at the school I'm going to. I don't trust people, you know what I'm saying? And then we had the apartment complex. I had to fight the eviction case in 2012 before the manager, she got fired. Okay, her sister, okay? Yeah, you know what I'm saying? I'm trying to, so that's why. And that's how I realized that there's PTSD. That's all veterans. And even, not to make a big long story, when I got fired there and went to went to government agency to start working for them as an intern. During that time, me and got me getting fired was that, and I didn't care if people don't judge me. I almost had an eviction case in 2012 that I almost lost my apartment, my first apartment all my life, okay? So 2013, right on Holy Week, when the manager had got fired, the stupid ladies in the office at the time had wait till last minute to tell all of us about the the inspection coming up. And my house was out of order because I've been working, going to school, and sometimes I go to school on weekend, media tech, trying to do some stuff, whatever. Because I wasn't passing my tests, so I was trying to get my grades up. And it was during Holy Week, so on Holy Thursday, because I didn't go to church. So I'm on Holy Thursday, because during the week I was trying to clean everything, the whole house. And I woke up early in the morning to do it. While I was doing it, I didn't care if I could go past 8 o'clock. And there was no call, no show. And I did. Because I ain't going to lose my apartment, go back to my old, she called her grandmother of mine. Okay, you know what I'm saying? I'll go on the street. And I almost got evicted. I almost commit suicide if God didn't answer my prayer. So what happened was, when that happened, I took the risk. I said, I don't care. First, I'm trying to get this other job, which I did got later on. And second of all, I'm not going to sit here and let these people don't understand. I'm about to get evicted if I don't have this place cleaned up. Because they wait till last minute, talking about they had cop. What it was, since I won an eviction case and won, there was a vendetta towards me to get me out of here. And that's probably the reason why they got fired. I didn't get the two managers fired, but they got caught being unprofessional and some other stuff. Okay, so what happened was, when I got up that night, I gotta go to sleep. Woke up early in the morning, cooked breakfast, started cleaning everywhere I could, clean everything, made everything nice and clean, bleached the floors, whatever I could. It took me like 10 o'clock, and I told myself, the diva bitch, should I say, that I was going to come later on, and I was running late, whatever. So she was mad. I didn't care about her because I had her cell phone number and I didn't care about her calling. They can go ahead and let me go and get my unemployment and I still keep my apartment. Okay? So, therefore, because it's public housing. So, therefore, I cleaned this place up. It was the other apartment before I moved into this place. Cleaned the place up. The tax was waiting. I even paid the tax. I had money then because I had won a lawsuit. The gender discrimination lawsuit. Not to mention to come because I saw the contract to mention it, but that's what I did, and that's money left. Okay, so I told people they can't let me fire because I have money left to live back home. Okay, so I went there and came there, and I'll never forget. She tried to talk to me then, but I prayed and she didn't talk to me. So the next day I didn't say my prayers and my novenas and stuff. And this woman we were doing the Easter egg hunt, and the other man said, "Why don't you come out?" I said, "Well, no, I gotta clean this place up at the company," and that's when she came in. Okay. Go over to work. Like what she told me. I'm like, I said, well, excuse me. I said, this other one, don't talk to me. I said, oh, and I said, you just looking in my head, you looking at we and this talking. I don't care about you. So when we had the meeting with the other woman, the other sister that was manager, who was on witness, and yes, I did get defensive, and if I got disrespectful, I didn't care. And I told her straight up, I said, don't be wrong. And they was trying to help. Well, she was trying to so-called help me to go to driving school. And I said, yeah. I said, because of someone like yourself. And I'm trying to let her know my grandfather was similar like you. And that's why I don't drive. And that's why I have an emotional story because of them and the folks around. If I would not live in an environment that condone that type of behavior, then maybe, should I say, liberal environment, should I say, I probably can progress. You know what I'm saying? I don't believe that stuff you believe. I don't believe that none of us should be talking. I mean, you know, I'm being a hypocrite. I shouldn't disrespect you. You shouldn't disrespect me. We both, at the end of the day, we both bleed red. I ain't tell that, but I'm trying to let her know. I don't believe that double standard mess. Y'all know how I'm very PC. So, that's why. So then I went to the driving class. Basically, it was in 95. I had passed the written exam. Actually, the driving part, it was like $200. And I was like about to lose some money then. I was trying to save some money if I got this job, lost the job. So the next week, when I had been late a couple times, because I'm sorry, I just didn't want to work there because how evil the people were towards me. And I went off on her, and I went off on the brother too. And so they had let me go on the 3rd, no, the 7th, the 5th, well, the 5th on that Friday. And I was okay with it, you know what I'm saying? I didn't care because I knew the next week I had a second interview with the government agent, and I got hired. I don't care, I had money left on too, so that's why. So I knew there were people with PTSD in that very place. Not to tell my whole story, but that's what happened. Now going back to me mentioning about me attack. The video of me singing I Still Believe, Formula Floor, and Can We Talk, the snippets of that was in me attack. The guy who directed that video was a veteran. Okay? He 19 has it. Let me explain. He's always laughing and joking, but when we mention his situation in the military, fighting in the war, he would turn into a monster. And when we was talking about this, I told him about the white guy, and I said, excuse me, I know what type of situation you're in, because I work for veterans, and he had to tell me to slow down. And I had to realize and step back. And I also have mental disorder as well, and I became bipolar that year too. And I was diagnosed in 2013, type 1, the worst case. And I told him, I said, dude, I'm not trying to make fun of you, because I have a disorder. I'm not a veteran. I'm also a descendant of a veteran. You already know about how I felt about my grandfather who deceased, and my grandma who was not a veteran, but she, her too. And I told him, I said, since I go to MHRA, you need to get some help. I said, he wouldn't brush it off. And I'm gonna mention as well, because he was a brother. But I know that like the African American and Latino community, minority communities always brush off mental health issues. That's why something's supposed to. Well, PDS is an excuse for these two men of color. And that's when the brother at the class understood that I was not making fun of him or trying to bring on his tragic past on the military, in the war fighting in Afghanistan or whatever he was in. I was not making fun of him. I said I'm also a descendant of a veteran. So I'm letting him know you need to get some help. It's free. As long as you show your income, if you don't have insurance, it's free to get medication. So, did not to make a big story. That's the reason why about the Andre Jackson and the Dionisio Garza III situation of both the Josue Flores being killed and the tragedy that happened in Memorial Weekend here in Houston. PTSD is completely real, and I bought both men of African descent and one Hispanic. Okay, so don't play that race card with me. That is a serious thing, Majority, some of the people that was at that Goodwill thing, that's why I told you my business, so you can understand where I'm coming from, were PDS men. Some of them were homeless. Some had drug convictions. Yes, I was shot to meet a sex offender at the place who tried to talk. I'm like, You know what I'm saying? You know what I'm saying? For real. I can't tell you their names, but yeah, there was sexual offenders at their place, okay? You had those who had criminal backgrounds that could not get a job. They were trying their best to get a job. Who were violent offense. That's why now I see why somebody got that they had a reason. I wish they would have told me before the situation that I can understand. Because you gonna tell me something I don't understand, I don't understand. Okay, you gonna have to give me a valid reason why what you're telling me. I don't care what your authority or whatever. I need to understand. That's one thing when I have kids. They question me why I'm doing this. I'm gonna let them know the reason why so they can understand. I ain't gonna be no narcissistic parent. So yeah, you can tell I don't believe in that. Okay, yeah. I don't care what y'all believe. Keep that mess in your life. Don't bring your mind. Okay? So, that's why. And that PTSD is completely real. It is 100% real. This would kill Josue Flores. Not the color of the person's skin. This would kill the people in the more weekend. Not because the color of brown skin of, he's olive. We're talking about Garza. It has nothing to do with race. A lot of the military people do not get help in the Salvation Army. They did not even, I can tell, did not try to reach out to this guy, so he would not come and harm nobody. And yes, they need to do something with the Salvation Army. They have sex offenders there. They have people with violent criminal backgrounds who cannot get jobs, who live in the facility. When I was almost get evicted, I was scared to go to the Salvation Army or the Star of David. I stayed at the Star there before when I missed the bus, you know what I'm saying, in 2013, when I missed the last bus to go home, coming from the southwest side, and I stayed in there when I was trying to get, service from MHRA and Bentob, when I was trying to go to Job Corps, and bald head heifer, she lied and told me that she would help me go to San Marcos, and she didn't back in 2001 during 9/11, and Leah death, and the Enron situation. And so, when I went there on doing the New Year's Eve time or after Christmas or around that time, I saw. So I've been to Star Ho even I wasn't home because my grandfather and my grandmother refused to come pick me up in downtown. Okay, so it was a long process to do all that paperwork with MHRA. So that's the reason why. Okay, and so that's why I think that. And please, God, I'm still trying to find out if this Garza guy got killed by that white man who actually considered the hero of that. But Andre Jackson, I do believe that he should not get bail. I do not think that I don't care about his color. He is dangerous because the reason I believe that he did it, and I'm going to tell you the reason why. I'm glad that I seen a woman went on Facebook or Channel 11 and she mentioned his. Yes, this dude said he wanted to kill everybody. This dude, he was dangerous. And the other thing I noticed that when you're a person of color, whether it be African American descent, Hispanic, Asian, Native American, mixed, whatever, you have mental disorder. And I know as a person of color who don't look white, okay, I do have it in my DNA though. They don't treat you with serious health. They don't. But you're white, especially you have money, you do. I ain't gonna sit here and lie. I seen it. And at the same time, contrary to that, you have both communities who do not talk about mental health. They shy away from it. Both the African American community and the Latino community do shy away. If you talk about mental health, folks are saying, I don't care about the PDs because they don't believe in mental health. The brother 910 who working, the dark-skinned, bald-head brother 910 Creole from New Orleans, until that business, who was my manager, who came from the military, who was an Army vet, had an ugly attitude. When I mentioned that I had disability, mentally, psychologically, he did not care about that. He still talked to me any kind of way. It provoked me to get ugly. But I was becoming bipolar to that. And y'all know about me talking about the employee abuse back in 2012, about the darker skin Latino lady who was yelling, cussing me out. Yes. And I told him to scream on no color. Don't talk to me any kind of way. I don't care that's how you're raised. I don't believe the same thing you believe. So don't try to convince me to believe that. Okay. You know what I'm saying? And and they know that in their heart that it's wrong. I don't care how they was raised. If I can't treat you that, you can't treat me that way. Okay. We both human at the end of the day. So that's the reason why. And I think that Josue Flores, death, justice for him. I've been praying for the family. Hopefully this weekend, yes, I will want to get them some money, even though they had buried them everything. And people say, and I hate the racist folks, Lord, forgive me to say this, of all colors. Because as I was watching them marching, get ready to march this morning on Facebook, I'm seeing racist people of African descent, Hispanic, and white. One particular white guy from Baytown into his business, from Montana, no, from West Virginia, whatever, but he was a vet. Tom PTSD, that's not true. I got family who PTSD, but then he started using the word SPIC with a K, talking about, the anti-Hispanic word, and niggas at the same time. And to making fun of people African descent, talking about white woman, white daughter go with a speaking of a nigga. This what you get is all this us racist stuff. Yes, and I told y'all, you cannot pinpoint who's the violent better than get tired of African American and Hispanic folks. Oh, they do this and they do that, but they don't want white folks or anybody to stereotype them. And I'm part of African American, but I don't do that type of stuff. That's why I said them. Okay, I'm not with that racist bullcrap. We don't want nobody to stereotype us. Talking about minorities, people of color. Why do we do it to each other? You know what I'm saying? And I have to mention both people who have PTSD, who were vets. Andre Jackson, who's accused of killing Josue Flores, and this. Okay, I hang around Latinos, but I never met nobody with that name. Okay, sorry. This in Dionisio Garza. Okay, the third. Okay. Yeah, I'm saying that's the reason why. Y'all get what I'm saying? Both of these folks have, and I'm serious, and we had tragic instances of folks with PTSD and whatever. And let me let you know that and I'm not for death penalty because of the religious base. I ain't perfect now. Yes, I did say on my bills I killed this person. They did it to my child, and that's me personally. But on legal base, if we're talking about being Christ-like in this country, no. And it goes to any color. If Garza did not get killed, and they try to put him in jail, no life in prison. Okay. Darren Wolf, anybody, even the guys that killed Cheryl Green. Okay, y'all know the surround guy. No death penalty, life in prison. Okay, let me explain why. Let me just call her Faye Tucker. She was asked to murder. She was a prostitute. I don't care about her being a white woman. She killed, but she changed her life. Even though I'm not a Protestant, and I don't believe in Protestant, I know how I feel about Protestant. I'm an ex-Protestant. Okay, I'm 13 years old, like 93. Okay. She changed her life around. Came born again in the Protestant sense, Christian, okay? And people reach out, even I think the Pope was reaching out to her, 700 Club. Well, they were trying to convince George W. Bush's time when I was graduating high school in 93 not to kill her. And I was praying for her not to get killed because she did change her life around. So, and anybody know, in the catechism, in the Bible, when Jesus talked about the eye for eye, tooth in Matthews, and went against it because he did change things around, okay? Even though if the old covenant fulfilled the new covenant, he did change the dietary laws and all the other stuff, okay? He did change things around because he's God, son of man, whatever, okay? That's why. Because that person has a right to turn their life around when they commit murder, sex abuse. That's why it's hard to forgive my enemies. You know what I'm saying? Because they can be forgiven. Like, if I want my sins to be forgiven, I have to forgive other people. And the anti-forgiving part comes from my father, who's an atheist, okay? So, that's why. And people been doing wrong, and I'm praying they leave me alone and trying to forgive them, but it's continued. That comes as a personal experience as well. So, that's why, okay? It has nothing to do with color. Life in prison, and let God deal with that person. And I put it in God's hands that it will deal with this brother. But we need to find out why our vets, and I do blame the U.S. military bases, why our vets are having PTSD, what is going on. And I'm serious, that it's very true that many of these people who come out of the military base, act out of line. And my grandfather was one of them, okay? And when I was at the Job Corps, even one of the Spider-Men who was veterans, didn't like each other because how they would, and I didn't tolerate that. Coming from my grandfather, okay, my dark skin grandfather on my dad's side who got a black French Creole named American, you know what I'm saying? So from parents from Louisiana, okay. So that's why, I ain't care about that. No, I don't believe anybody. And people have said, man, you need to forgive, and I know. I don't believe that doormat version forgive. You can forgive this, and I try that sometimes, okay? But I don't believe that doormat version forgive where you just turn to it and you keep on hitting, and you gonna do that about it. No, I'm sorry. I'm gonna defend myself, okay? But at the same time, the only time I feel that this man should have been killed when the time of the murder, well, the attempt of the murder, should I say? Why the witnesses? I'm sure somebody had a gun in the body, okay? Could have shot this brother. Cause I'm sorry if he was killing any child, black, white, Hispanic, whatever, dark, light skin, whatever, mixed, whatever. I would got my pistol, and I don't got one yet. But when I get out of public housing, cause I'm mad at here's scenarios and Bill Clinton for this crap, not letting us have pistols. And let us get a license to carry a pistol. When I had to deal, because not too long ago, a brother had to tell the FBI or try to threaten me over his hair, black hair, Hispanic woman, young woman who's a big friend of mine. I'm not interested in her. He thought I'm definitely interested in him. I wish folks would stop thinking that, okay? Because I'm like, master, I want they male behind, especially they ugly. What the heck? But I don't want her either, okay? And she got kids and all that shit, hood rat and all that stuff. But I was friends with her. And me and her stopped being friends for some reason, because he said, she said something. But he tried to threaten me this weekend. Yeah, her man did. Because our male friend, the female of this guy who's with his boyfriend, and I know him at all, watched her we're talking, and he did not know who I was. Next, he tried to run me over when I was going to my house getting ready for work. I was late for work because of the situation. So I went I snitched on him to the feds. I'm talking to the constables, HPD, because they're not going to help you out. I went to the big people, okay? But serious, they didn't let us have pistols. Ever since hearing scenarios wrote that stupid document, we can't have pistols unless you firearms unless you a police officer or security officer in our leases. I shouldn't be threatened all the time. So I'm saying, there wasn't a public house. Well, actually, what's it on Irvington? Yeah, they have a public house in there. But the point is, me personally, I'm sorry, if I saw that dude trying to stab this little boy, I would came out there and I would shot the hell out of him. Lord, forgive me, say that. Yes, I would. You don't know, leave that child alone. I don't care if you got PTSD. That's but when it comes to them getting in custody, life in prison, same thing goes for anybody who commit murder, life in prison. And even in Mexico, they don't believe in death penalty. That's a white Anglo-Saxon Protestant mentality. That's their interpretation of the Bible. But they forget the verses in Matthew that talks about that. I've 2 minutes when Jesus tell you against that, okay? So I even though I have enemies who did wrong, sometimes I, say that mentality too, don't get wrong, but on the spiritual level, we have to look at what's right. So I do think he have no bail. He's dangerous. I don't want that man around me. I might have to carry me some. Okay, if he come out of bail, he might come after me. You never know, he probably saw me at the veteran place. He tried to get help there. Okay, because they were all connected, the Goodwill and the Salvation Army and all. They all try to help those veterans who there. So that's how I know. So now y'all know now what my background, working background, okay, employment background, how I know about this PTSD.